Hello and welcome to the next ReeVlog. It's a bit of an odd one, because everything looks different now. I got a new phone case for Christmas because my old one was starting to fall apart a little bit, and this one isn't exactly the sort that I would have preferred because it doesn't have a front to it, but because of that I bought a screen protector. So now I have a screen protector. And because it's a screen protector rather than an actual front to the case, it is meant to look more like the actual screen, which isn't something that I'm actually used to. On top of which, it might just be the lighting, but I look really pale. Perhaps it's the blue light filter. Maybe I actually look blue, which would be even worse. But yeah, this isn't my mug. Hopefully my housemate doesn't mind me using it. Green tea, a little bit of honey. But yeah, I hope everyone had a nice Christmas and whatnot, and has a happy new year, because given my current track record, it's probably likely that I won't be vlogging before then. Let me have a look at something. Time is it? 8:28. Cool. Giving blood at 10, so I need to leave here at 9 at the latest. Thankfully, I've got everything ready, pretty much. But I usually would probably leave early. It's like now, then go and do stuff in the car, like work and whatnot when I get there. But I'm trying to have a more relaxing week this week because I only have the two clients, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, I think. And so, in theory, because I've got less to do, I can actually take the time to work out a work-life balance, to do some hobby projects, all that good stuff. Get more sleep, hopefully. Yeah. So, I will be practicing a voice today, because as I've mentioned in the past video or two, maybe three even, I plan on making a YouTube channel with me housemates, where we are entirely anonymous. To remain entirely anonymous, I would like to... we have character names, and I've put those character names on the fridge so that everyone's shelf is labelled in character names so that we will remember them. They'll become ingrained part of who we are, which makes it more likely we'll continue doing this, which makes it more likely we'll be successful, because if we don't continue, then we won't be. It's really quite that simple. Even if we're not very successful to begin with, if you stick at it for long enough, you can become successful. In theory, this channel could still become successful, which admittedly would only really at this point be if I piggyback off of the other channel, because I don't have the time and energy to make a successful channel on my own at this point in my life. Though you never know, maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Whoo, Nelly. So, what am I going to do for my voice? Well, a voice like this is actually one that might work well, for my character's name is Malcor, or more accurately, Valorous Malcor. And as everyone knows, valor is one of the 7 holy virtues. It's the knightliest of them all, because I don't think I know them all, but there's charity, chastity, valor, maybe justice, at which point that goes pretty well with valor, to be honest. Maybe valor isn't one. Maybe it's justice instead. I don't know. I think hope is one. And I don't remember the other two. Whereas the sins, I could probably list all of them off. But no. Valorous Malcor. I need to find a voice that I can do consistently, but also fits the character. However, it needs to be a voice that I can easily change from, because with the scripting of the first video, there will be storytelling, and I will be telling stories in this voice, which means that I cannot have the voice be something too strenuous on my vocal cords. It means that I cannot do a voice like this, for it would just hurt far too much indeed. I also need to be able to switch to it so I can do character voices in character, So I say I was talking like this. Once upon a time, there was a postman, and the postman saw someone when they were delivering their post and said, "All right, mate, how you doing?" At which point, the other person replied, "Not bad, not bad at all." Therefore, Valorous Malcoy is telling this story. Very illogical there, but whatever, you get the point. So that's probably what I'm going to do when I get there, because I'm almost certainly going to arrive early. But then also, when I am there, you know, you never actually give blood on time. So the main issue that I have with their service is you get there on time or early, and then you wait around for about an hour to an hour and a half. Thankfully, I can squeeze my blood out of me very quickly if I so choose. So once I'm in the chair and I've been stabbed, it only takes like a few minutes for me to get out my pint and get on my way, provided someone comes over and unstabs me with some rapidity. Obviously, it's because they're super busy. They've only got so many staff. Because when I first went, it was the chairs that was the problem. Now it's the staff that's the problem. Staff numbers, not the actual staff being, you know, terrible. There's just not enough of them. I may be asked to wait outside on arrival today. Thanks, blood. Just sent me a text. But yeah. So, got a few voices. That one. Then there is this one. It is very similar, but a bit deeper. It's harder to transfer into and out of. But Valorous Malcor, I feel, would have a deep voice. For is an imposing figure, but in a good way. This is a hard one for me to use my full range of vocabulary on, however, due to how far down I need to move the old Adam's apple to be able to speak. That's the difference. Is I move it all the way down here, whereas it's currently up here. It is a lot harder to say things like serendipity in that voice. Then I could add a bit of gruffness, depending on the age of this Malcor fellow. Or I could add like a tinge of the old man voice. But that means I need to get into a place where I can do this. This would be the Valorous Malcor voice, I think. If he's an elder fellow in his middle age, or maybe even slightly older than this, depending on what his setting is. It depends on what middle age counts as, of course. However, this is the one that I think would be best, but I've not listened to any of these outside of me speaking them, you see. And obviously it sounds different to people hearing them to me speaking, because I can hear it from my inside rather than just from the outside. As such, I need to practice my storytelling voices and listen to them back again in order to work on them. But whichever voice I go for is one that I need to have the ability to get back into without too much difficulty, because I will need to do it at least monthly in order to pump out the videos. Now, for the video creation process, my plan will be to batch videos. So, I don't know about the other two, because the way I see it is, what we'll do is we'll upload either sort of once every 10 days, or we'll pick a day of the week, which is looking like it might be Saturday, because I want to get this video out on New Year's Day. And so either we'll upload once every 10 days, or we'll upload 3 Saturdays in a row and then have a week off, and then 3 Saturdays in a row and have a week off. But I think that might not be great for the algorithm, because people will, well, the fact that we have sort of, oh, we get a video every Saturday, oh, there's no video. Who knows? It might be something that I can put in the description, might be able to make it like on the channel page, have like the pop-up video being like, "Hi, I'm Malcor, this is Riker and the Bruce. We're going to upload every 3 weeks in a row, then we're going to have a week off." because we're all busy people living our best lives, and we recommend that you do the same. Who knows? That's why I think like the every 10, 11 days might work, but then it's not the same day of the week, and most people work on a weekly schedule, and we don't have enough free time. Sorry, there's a fly. We don't have enough free time to upload every week. And what it would be is I'm going to upload, then someone else is going to upload, then the other person's going to upload, then a week off. Then I'm going to upload, then the second person, then the third person, then a week off. And then me, and then a week off. And then me, and a week off. And so on. But I can't guarantee that every fourth week I'm going to have time to script out, record, send off to have read, edited, checked, etc. The video, and pulling in all the assets I need, finding like suitable music, making sure the levels are okay, there are transitions, tags, all that stuff. I'm not going to necessarily have the time and ability to do that. So my plan will be to, whenever I do get time, utilize it, do deep work on the YouTube stuff during that time. So bash out 6 or 7 scripts. Like, don't know how many times I clicked just there. I wasn't counting, but it was probably around the right amount. And once I've done those scripts, I can send them off to the other two for proofreading, checking, etc. Of course, they'll be working on their own things, and I'll proofread and check their stuff as and when, because I can proofread and check other people's stuff relatively quickly. It's actually something I enjoy doing, which is why I wanted to be a teacher until I realized just how soul-crushing it is, and restrictive and controlling. But this isn't going to be another one of my rants about my hatred of the modern education system. No, this is me talking about YouTube channels. Speaking of which, the first video I wanted to put out, which will be this Saturday, hopefully. If I do it, then hopefully I'll whack out a little vlog saying it, and maybe whack a link in the description, but probably not, just because like I'll send it to my friends probably, but I won't put a link here because I don't want anyone from here going there and telling people from there to come here, at least until potentially the channel's grown and it's become its own thing, because face reveals, we're not aiming to do those, maybe eventually, but only if sort of we can turn it from a hobby into like at least a substantial side income, which is looking hard given the rise of Web 3.0 and shorts. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, that's the plan. And once they've edited and read through and checked all of them, then I'll read through what they've said, we'll have a discussion probably, then send back and forth again to the other one, get that done. So hopefully this will take place over like 2 weeks, which means that I will then have, potentially a week to finish one of those videos, potentially 2 weeks to finish one of those videos, and then I can blitz through, finish the rest of those videos in like a month or two, at which point 2 of those videos will need to go out. The third video that I'd already put out on that third, fourth week is out. So that's 3 out of 7 or 8, hopefully. So then I have half a year's leeway in which I can find time to make more scripts and do more things, because these aren't necessarily time restrained. Yes, there are some things, like if I were to make a D&D character concept video where I was like, oh yeah, these 2 features work really well together, and then before I release it, someone like Jeremy Crawford does a sage advice and is like, actually, these 2 things don't work together, then all I'd have to do is whack on a little bit. It might interrupt the flow of the video, so I might need to make a separate video, which would be less edited and stuff that I'd leave on unlisted, but have on an iCard, so that people can see, hi, I made this video before this was said. However, rule of fun, the rule of cool as it's often known, instead of rules as fun, means that you can do this if the DM lets you. And I think the DM should let you. Here's why. However, they might not be aware of that. This is a fun build if you're allowed to do it. If you're not, then you're not. Yeah, the thing that I was going to say about the video that I plan on releasing this weekend, my brain is like scatshotting all over the place. Scattershotting, not scatshotting. That's gross. Anyway, what I was going to say is I think I've worked out how to get a perception check. No, a passive perception of... Give me a moment here to do some maths really quickly. Sorry. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. This is me doing maths. Yeah, a passive perception of 100, I think. It involves one homebrew rule and a contentious ruling. But even without the contentious ruling, then you would still have a passive perception of 50, which is nothing to scoff at, really. Would it be 50? If it's 50, then the other one wouldn't be 100. I don't think. Regardless, though, it's ridiculously high. That's the point I'm trying to make here. You see everything. And it also, just saying, it's a cool build, and it allows for something... it allows a 2-level dip into Warlock, which gets you your 2 invocations, one of which can be Devil's Sight, which means then you can see through magical and non-magical darkness up to 120 feet. Therefore, your passive perception isn't hampered at all by darkness, because you can see as if it were bright light, as opposed to just dim light. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes! That's very nice, isn't it? Such a broken build, but so beautiful. Yeah, so that's the sort of thing that I'm going to be doing on the channel, but also I want to do a lot of lore stuff, theory stuff, and eventually versus battles. But that's the plan. But for the rest of the day, going to go give blood, then I have appointment. I say an appointment. I have a call scheduled within a 3-hour window with my doctor, so hopefully they'll call at some point after I get back from giving blood, not whilst I'm there. Then I have work at 4. Hopefully I'll have recovered a bit from giving blood by then, because obviously you're not meant to do anything strenuous after giving blood. But I've got to, sometimes move like 55-kilogram barbells around at the gym. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll just roll it as far as I can. Then come back, D&D this evening, I think, which means I've got to hurry back. I'll probably drive, because now the car works. Oh, but that means I should probably refill the car. Ooh, that's an expensive thing to do, though. We'll see. After D&D, go to sleep, got work 8 till 12 tomorrow, then a client 1 till 2, then I'm going to go see my grandparents and me mum in the afternoon, but no Kung Fu this week, so I will practice Kung Fu, then come back here after having spoken to the Famalamas, then Thursday... I swear I'm doing something Thursday, but I cannot place what it is in my noggin, so I guess I'll find out when I check my diary. Then Friday I have a client at some point, but which point I do not know. Then also Friday, it's New Year's Eve. I'm probably going to go to a friend's New Year's Eve thing, but not stay until the New Year, and then come home, go to sleep into the New Year, Then Saturday's video day. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing Thursday. Making the video. Do that. I've got most of the day, I think, allocated to that because I have to not only get the voice right, I have to do the recording, not get any sniffles like my asthmatic self tends to do, and I also will need to find all the assets, pull all of the assets, which means probably downloading some things, probably means looking through my external hard drive, probably means my computer crashing frequently because it's not made for video editing, and I'm probably going to have at least a good couple dozen assets, if not more. Whack them all together in the right order and everything. Then the export will take ages. And then following that, once it's exported, I'll need to upload it as a scheduled video, sort out all the tags and stuff. Then I need to look into Reddits that I'll need to post it to once it goes live, etc. Also, I just got 2 messages from my housemate, which I believe concern this topic. I think that they may not want me to post on the day that I plan on posting, but we will see. Yeah, because I want to post on the 1st, because New Year's Day, a lot of people can be hungover, they're going to be in bed, they're going to watch things, and what a nerd's going to watch things about D&D and whatnot, and therefore, excellent time to have it go live. Might make it trending, might go viral. Who knows? But yeah, so I'm going to go check their message. Hope you have a lovely day, and I will catch you cats on the flip-flop. Bye. Also, new ring.